Yes, good old TJ.
Konnichiwa, Neil's Garage Boy INCOG. Background interaction video. And today, for you guys, we are doing a video actually recommended me from one of you guys. Fate Lord, the tale of Rama and Sita from OTAKUDAIKUN. So okay, if you guys want me to react to any videos that you have in common, like you guys want me to react to anything that you think that'll be cool for me to react to, or you want me to react to, like I said, leave in the comments down below, or even you guys can go and follow my Twitter and go and like DM me on Twitter or even DM me on IG and just let me know. Oh, send me a link and like be like, oh, when you react to this or react to that and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like doing stuff like that. So you can't, if you want, like I say, you leave a comment down below. You want to do it like that? You can leave me a DM from my Twitter or even my my IG page. So just let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, guys. So without further ado, like I say, like, share, subscribe on the video. Hit the button notification, make sure you click all so never time I fit. I'd be talking so fast. Tell the bell notification so you notify time I make a future upload. Make sure you click all when you do that. And yeah, guys. So without further ado, it's like 3 o'clock right now, 3:04. So hopefully, I think I got like, I'll say like 7 more videos I need to record for you guys, but I'm gonna get them out one by one to you guys. But alright, guys. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So play.
The Ramayana is one of India's 2 iconic epic poems, telling the story of the hero Rama and his beloved wife Sita. It begins in the ancient Indian kingdom of Koshala, ruled by King Dasharatha. He hopes to have a male heir to his kingdom, but neither of his 3 wives, Kaushulya,
3 wives,
and Satraguna, are able to become pregnant. To solve this, he turns to the gods for help, performing a ceremonial rite to appease them, and is successfully gifted a golden chalice, which he shares with his wives. Miraculously, this enables all 3 of the king's wives to bear 4 princes between them. Among these princes is Rama, born by Kaushulya as a reincarnation of the god Vishnu. While he possesses he retains none of his godly memories. Between his 3 other brothers, Rama is treated as yet another human, with his princely qualities attributed to his humanity. Yes, he presents himself as learned, enjoying dance, music, martial arts, and meditation. He is gentle to his subordinates,
so he's an archer,
as well as animals, using spells to cure wildlife. He grows up forging a talent for archery.
Yep.
One
So he's gonna be an archer.
The kingdom is visited by one of India's most venerated sages.
I mean, that's getting reincarnated.
He comes in search of help fighting against a tribe of demons called the Rakshasas. Prepared to put their talents to use, both Rama and his brother Lakshmana dedicate themselves to Vishwamitra's tutelage, learning to fight the demon army. As thanks, they are asked to accompany Vishwamitra to the neighboring kingdom, ruled by King Janaka. King Janaka is graced with a beautiful daughter, Sita, who sprang from an earthly furrow as he plowed his field. As such, Sita is worshipped as the incarnation of Lakshmi, Vishnu's consort. How fitting, then, that Rama meets Sita while visiting her father's kingdom. The time is ripe, as the king is offering
So Sita is the girl, Rama is
the
the boy, the prince.
swinging the bow of Shiva. This divine bow is incredibly massive and difficult to wield. Thus, Rama causes quite the spectacle when he not only strings the bow, but also draws it so tightly that the entire weapon snaps in his hands. For completing the challenge, Rama and Sita are married with the king's blessing. When it comes time for Dasharatha to give up the throne, he names Rama the successor of Koshala. The people, as well as all of Dasharatha's wives, rejoice at his decision. That is, all but Queen Kaikeyi's maidservant, Manthara. Manthara convinces Kaikeyi that Rama's ascension will deprive her of her royal status, and implores her to try and have her son, Bharata, claim the throne instead. Fortunately, Kaikeyi has an advantage over the king. Years prior, Dasharatha gave her 2 boons, promises to her that she can call upon in a time of need. Kaikai thus begs the king to honor those boons. Reluctantly, he complies with her two demands, to name Bharata king and to exile Rama to the Dandaka forest for 14 years.
Hey, exile for 14 years in the forest?
In his exile by both Sita and his loyal brother, Lakshmana. Over the following 10 years, they adventure through the forest, defeating more demons, including the ferocious Virata. Rama earns blessings from sages, and even befriends a celestial eagle named Jatayu, who promises to watch over Sita while he and his brother hunt. This isn't to say Sita doesn't fight, however. In fact, she has her own noble phantasm, Haradanu Janaka, peerless bow of reminiscence. Still carrying a grudge against
So they're
Rama,
both archers?
the Rakshasa demon tribe learns of his exile and sends an army of 14,000 to slay him. With his bow and quill of infinite arrows, Rama downs the entire force, antagonizing the Rakshasa king.
Down
Ravana,
1,400
a 10-headed
enemies.
demon who gained tremendous power by deceiving the great god Brahma. Seeking to exploit Rama's greatest weakness, Ravana targets his beloved Sita. Ravana orders his demon relative Maricha to take the form of a beautiful golden deer to attract Sita's attention. She becomes entranced, wishing to possess the deer, so Rama and his brother venture out to catch it. While Sita is alone, protected only by the eagle Jatayu, Ravana disguises himself as a hermit and requests her hand in marriage. When she refuses him, he reveals his true form, mortally wounds Jatayu, and kidnaps Sita, flying away with her in his chariot.
Wow.
Taken by surprise, unable to fight back, Sita instead scatters a trail of jewelry among the forest's trees. Rama returns with the fallen deer, only to find Jatayu on the verge of death. Jatayu explains what had happened before succumbing to his injuries. Rama used to see war as a source of pleasure, taking amusement in the
War
swinging
is
of swords and
war is
loosing of
pleasure. I'm
arrows.
dead.
His fights against the demons were enjoyable. However, with Sita taken from him, Rama begins to know the terrors of war. He realizes how his own death will forever rob him of his friends and wife. For Sita's sake, he swallows his fear and steps up to challenge the Demon King.
He like, you took
Ravana's
my
lair,
woman?
following the
Oh, it's
trail Sita
on,
left
baby. It's
behind.
on.
This leads him to the kingdom of monkeys, ruled over by the warrior Sugriv. At first, Sugriv is reluctant to trust Rama and his brother, but is reassured by his chief counselor Hanuman that they are worthy. Rama demonstrates his archery skills and earns Sugriv's cooperation in rescuing Sita. Before this, however, they must endure the harsh monsoon season, with Rama pining for his wife. As the rains dissipate, Jatayu's brother reveals that Sita is being held in Lanka, across the sea. The monkey counselor Hanuman, being the son of the wind, flies across the ocean to confirm this, and witnesses as a disheveled Sita continually rejects Ravana's advances. She maintains her chastity by concentrating on her love for Rama, which angers Ravana greatly. He threatens to slice up, cook, and eat her if she refuses to marry him.
Oh, yo, that's the ultimatum for that. That's the ultimatum for you right there, boy.
Hanuman arrives
Woo!
and assures her that Rama is coming to save her. Together, with an army of monkeys, Rama ventures to Lanka, equipped with the powers and weapons given to him by the gods and sages. From Vishwamitra, he has his noble phantasm, Vishnu Baju, Arms of the Great One, a collection of weapons made to oppose the demons. These include chakrams, the javelin Shuravara, the clubs Modaki and Shikari, Shiva's trident Trishula, and the bow he once strung, Pinaka.
Just I like that name.
Perhaps his strongest weapon, however, is Brahmastra, Rakshasa piercing immortal, the immortal blade gifted to him from birth as Vishnu's avatar. It takes the form of an arrow, but is fashioned into a sword during the fight against Ravana. Tragically, despite all of these assets, Rama manages to commit a fatal blunder. In order to rescue one of his monkey allies, Sugriva, he cowardly sneaks an attack against the enemy monkey king, Vali. Widowed and unable to forgive Rama, Vali's wife, Tara, places a curse upon him. Even if you are able to take back your queen, you will never share joy together with her again. This curse of separation robs Rama of his future with Sita, but he nonetheless proceeds to rescue her. The final battle comes down to a confrontation between Rama and Ravana, where Rama claims victory by striking all 10 of the Demon King's heads with his arrows. Sure enough, the curse remains even after Sita is
not
rescued.
one, not two, but let me get 10 of them
Are
heads.
supernaturally held apart, never meeting face to face. They will continue to pass each other by until death, when they will return to their godly forms and reunite in the heavens. In the meantime, Rama must cope with eternal separation from her.
Dang, that
Because of this,
sucks.
he foolishly finds himself suspicious of Sita's fidelity, having been apart for so long. To prove her innocence, Sita
That
undergoes a fire
sucks.
ordeal, standing atop a pyre as Lakshmana sets her ablaze. Her purity protects her from the flames. Hearing of this, Rama abhors his suspicion, wanting nothing more than to wring his own neck as recompense. When the two find their way home, their exile revoked, Kushala's people continue to question Sita's chastity, and caving to this pressure, Rama banishes her to the forest once more. In isolation, Sita takes refuge in the hermitage of the sage Valmiki and gives birth to
Everybody loves to
sons,
freaking exile people to the forest.
These children come of age and reunite with their father, but even though they more than prove her innocence, Sita knows the curse will prevent her from joining that family. Instead, she calls upon Mother Earth and is swallowed up in the soil she was born from. Rama eventually dies, haunted by his cruelty towards Sita, and wishes upon the Holy Grail for the chance to see her, cuddle her, and speak with her just once more. He is given the chance to pursue this wish as a servant recorded into the throne of heroes. While it seems Rama and Sita reunite as gods in the afterlife, their forms as heroic spirits remain bound by the curse. It becomes an enduring symbol of their love, as the one thing keeping the curse alive is their devotion to one another.
Dang,
Are summoned as hero
imagine.
spirits. They are summoned as two sides of the same person, unable to stand in tandem. In the modern era, humanity struggles to reverse Getia's incineration by correcting singularities that emerge throughout history. One such singularity takes place after the founding of the United States of America, during which the Celtic Queen Maeve declares war on the country. Both Rama and Sita are summoned to the singularity as free servants, taking the form of their younger selves. Because Sita is only compatible with the archer class, she takes that role, forcing Rama to be summoned as a saber. One might say this is actually Rama's way of trying to show off to his wife, whom he can no longer see in person. They emerge from different parts of the singularity. and
Could you
Sita is
imagine
taken
not being able to
prisoner
see
by the
your
almighty
your
Beowulf.
your wife or your
Rama, on the
husband?
other hand, joins up with Geronimo's
No matter what.
resistance, fighting against both Edison's robotic army and Maeve's Celts. This brings him to confront Cuchulainn Altar, who lands a fatal wound with the cursed Gay Bolg. This prevents Rama from being healed until the Gay Bolg's curse is removed. He escapes the fight, but remains on the verge of death until the resistance teams up with Chaldea's master, Ritsuka Fujimaru. Rama is put under the care of Florence Nightingale, who suggests that one way to save him is to find another servant who can confirm his existence in the world. For this purpose, the group heads to the Celtic prison at Alcatraz to rescue Sita. Here, Beowulf stands before them, refusing to release her. In order to rescue his wife once more, Rama faces his enemy despite his condition, and manages to impress Beowulf with his strong conviction. Within the prison, Rama runs to his beloved, but loses his vision, and faints from both his injury and the curse of separation. The party finally meets Sita, only to find out that their curse won't permit them to stand together. The only way to cure Rama of his injuries and break the Gaybold's curse is for Sita to inherit them on his behalf. For the sake of love, she sacrifices herself, dying to those injuries in order to save her husband. Rama awakens
This
only
this
after
ain't nothing
Sita's
but
disappearance,
face.
and decides to
I'm
honor her
with you, man.
sacrifice by helping Chaldea resolve the singularity. With renewed strength, Rama fights against Maeve's army and defeats both her and Cuchulainn Altar. Upon being summoned to Chaldea by Ritsuka Fujimaru, he continues to protect humanity in the battle against the demon god pillars in Solomon's Temple of Time. He maintains hope that, someday, he can reunite with Sita as fellow servants of Chaldea, and continues fighting so that day may come. Thanks for watching.
Alright guys, so we're gonna end off right there. The fate lore of Rama and Sita. This ain't nothing. Honestly, let me know if y'all guys agree in the comments down below. And I'm probably gonna put it as a pinned comment for myself. This ain't nothing but the fate version of Romeo and Juliet. Let me know. Come on now. Please let me know something. Like, let me know this ain't the fate lore of, like, this ain't the fate version of Romeo and Juliet. Come on, man. That's crazy. Think about that. But anyway, like I say, like, subscribe on the video, guys. Hit the bell notification. Make sure you click all so notified every time I make a future upload. It's your boy INCOG. I am out, Needle Squad. Peace.